Hello everybody. Today we are going to deal with pandemic trends 2, 3, 4 and 5. One of the important things is data. Healthcare data, especially effective use of the patient data, can dramatically improve treatments and patient outcomes. Analytics help to analyze and interpret the data. Pharmaceutical companies are facing significant challenges in the next 10 years. Many of their profitable prescription medicines are expiring patent protection, and the industry is awash with biosimilar alternatives. Medical innovations are happening worldwide, fueled by data. Again, data is important, and those competitive pressures are going to affect American healthcare industry. Accelerated approval times and streamlined bureaucracy and more effective use of the data will play a role in better outcomes during subsequent viral outbreaks like pandemic, COVID-19. So we should understand importance of analyzing and interpreting data, and the skills, one of the skills managers need to have in the future is data analytics skills. The three pillars of technology, data storage, data bandwidth, and data processing have all become dramatically cheaper. Enterprise software platform providing companies like ERP and CRM provides sophisticated data visualization tools to help managers monitor key performance indicators and make data-driven decisions. Most of the customers only use a tiny fraction of the platform's full capabilities. Be sure to make use of the technologies you have paid for. Many times you have already the technologies to be successful in the marketplace. Getting trained on the software you are using, if you're not using it already in the proper manner. Explore the reports which are generally available. Many reports are going to give more consumer insights for you. Get free training if it comes with the software, or you pay for the training. It is well worth the money spent if you get trained in already existing softwares in your company. As a manager or a business executive, you want to ask yourself specific questions. What data is available to you? How can you better leverage that data in your decisions? Who would be the best person in the organization to spearhead that effort, or who has the skills to lead you into a better place? Who on your team is the best suited to exploit these data sources? So make sure that you are using the data for your advantage. Use data-driven marketing to your advantage also by target marketing, micro-specific targeting, delivering precise marketing messages at every stage of your life sales cycle, creating an immersive and expansive experience for the prospects, highly personalized marketing funnels facilitated by today's sophisticated advertising platforms. So make use of data-driven marketing. When using data-driven marketing, managers should look for what are your customers' greatest needs, what products or services commonly get purchased together. So can you supplement to a product which is already or service already existing? What is your most popular product or service? Does your advertising reflect those preferences? What percentage of your customers are aware of your full menu of products and services? And these things will help you to target market. So customers will spend money with the most sophisticated and intuitive marketers, and most optimized companies will offer the best prices. So you should be able to do target marketing, optimize best prices for your products, and earlier it is used to say that you follow your gut. That era is over. It is now time to follow the data. So the next pandemic trend is the liquidity. Regarding liquidity, the businesses should ask, how much cash do you have in hand? How much cash could you scrape together or get together in extreme circumstances? Always think like an entrepreneur. Try new things while preserving as much as cash as possible. Ask questions like, what is the cheapest way to test an idea? What is the simplest way to test a new business model? The next thing in liquidity is that you have to fail fast and fail forward and iterate towards success. Maybe if Kodak thought about the digital era, it would have saved a lot of money or had been a better company now, because it refused to fail fast. They refused to think like what is going to be in the future. So in your company, you have to fail fast, means you have to try as quick as possible. The more quickly you iterate, the quicker you discover viable business models. Ask questions like, what is the minimum viable product? What is the minimum viable marketing experiment? So in all these cases, you are saving cash. Another way to look at this is to how to simplify and accelerate the process. Test the new ideas in the cheapest and the fastest way possible, and let that process determine the path forward. So you are trying to test new ideas with the cheapest possible cost and iterating and building yourself to success. To ensure more liquidity in business, call your suppliers, ask for extended pay terms, see if you can outsource specific tasks at cheaper rates, speak with channel partners to explore joint ventures or sponsorship opportunities, negotiate with employees to look for temporary cost savings if necessary, and you always remember this thing. The number one priority for any business is to survive, right? Then other things come. So you have to make sure that you have enough liquidity in your business. Now the next pandemic trend is virtualization. In the future, productivity and reduced costs, along with the fear of another pandemic, will propel the virtualization trend forward, because people are already, keeping distances and already gone virtual. Many of the businesses have already gone virtual, and it will not be work alone, but events, education, and activities have already gone virtual. Virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, all promise to create more dynamic virtual environments. You should be thinking whether any of this will add value to your business. Virtual reality needs to reach critical mass and sufficiently low price points to be accessible for ordinary people. Capabilities will increase, cost will drop, and the revolution will begin. And you should be ready for that. Microsoft was recently awarded a $480 million from the Department of Defense for augmented reality sets. Now, virtual worlds. Allocate some time to explore the virtual worlds which has connection to your business. It will give you an idea what is coming. Virtual experiences can be incredibly immersive and engaging. Then there are virtual influencers. Some of the avatars created by the corporate marketing departments have a significant advantage over real people now. Whether human or virtual, every influencer has its own voice, opinions, and personality. From a marketing perspective, it is an exercise of character development, creativity, and humor play central roles in this. So make sure you capitalize on whether you can virtualize some of your marketing or influence effects and so on. And the final trend we are discussing today, not the final trend from the book, but for today's discussion, is automation. What is automation? Automating repetitive tasks. The repetitive manual tasks will eventually be replaced by robotics. Algorithms will replace repetitive cognitive tasks. The least complex task will be automated first, and the increasingly complex task will be automated last. There are these are the main reasons for automation of the repetitive tasks. One, although the initial capital investment is required, it will reduce per unit overhead after reaching the break-even point. It will increase the overall efficiency. It will minimize human proximity, especially in conditions like pandemic like COVID-19. Some of the tasks are not easy to automate, especially those involving fundamental human capabilities like empathy, shame, regret, and love. Such non-repetitive cognitive tasks also include creativity, negotiation, teaching, and emotional intelligence. These type of tasks will stay non-automated, at least for some time. Some of the tasks are not easy to automate, especially we talked about it. Then if you have idea about all these things, that things are going to get automated, as a manager, you must ask your team to make a list of repetitive tasks, including within your jobs. Then ask them to sort it in the level of their complexity and create a master list. Revisit your master list of repetitive tasks once each quarter to check off the tasks you already automated. This process will also help your subconscious mind to look into more viable options, because you will be thinking about these lists all the time and you will have different solutions coming up too. And another thing is social distancing and germophobes, which have happened after the pandemic. The segment of the population identified as germophobes will be increasing, already increased, and it will be increasing. Whether working in jobs or socializing with friends, people expect more space in between them. That means businesses will also have to accommodate these space preferences. Capacities for rooms, restaurant, event venues, and elevators will be reduced. Guidelines for acceptable distance between people will be increased. Sneezing and sniffling will not be tolerated as pre-pandemic. Technology adoption like drone technology will be increased. Mayo Clinic in Florida already started using autonomous vehicles to deliver testing kits. Robots were used in Chinese and Italian hospitals to provide meals to COVID-19 patients and check vital signs. The author expects delivery drones, whether on the city streets or flying about, to proliferate. So basically, we are seeing that some of the tendencies which happened as a result of the pandemic is going to be there, even when the pandemic is gone. So the businesses should be prepared to handle this. Another tendency is autonomous vehicles. The progress is actually fueled by massive amounts of data and fleet learning from vehicles within the network. You might have seen that the Tesla and Google have already captured millions of gigabytes of data already. So they already have data set to work with. So the data is the number one requirement for machine learning systems. Fleet learning actually is happening, because fleet learning means each person's individual experiences on the network are uploaded into the cloud, where the problems get solved and fixes get deployed worldwide. So basically, it is actually helping with more becoming autonomous, or vehicles becoming autonomous. The other transformation taking place is in the automotive sector, is in the replacement of gas vehicles with electric vehicles, which will disrupt the supply chain more than autonomous driving, because electric motors are cheaper or simpler than gas compatriots. So the maintenance cost is lower. The most expensive component in the electric car is the battery, and the cost has been coming down by 12% annually in the last few years. This also means that within few years, electric cars will be cheaper to buy, cheaper to fill up, cheaper to maintain. Transport as a service is another thing. Many millennials are already decided not to buy cars because they have to pay the premium for insurance and parking fees. These all can be eliminated if you don't have car. So Uber and Lyft doesn't require insurance premiums or parking fees. As soon as the regulators approve the level 5 autonomous driving, there are several levels in autonomous driving. For example, the initial one will be for the agricultural land, where there is no much conflict with human beings or anything to get automated. and it goes up to the 5th level where you will be going into city streets and so on. So as soon as the regulators approve the level 5 autonomous driving, Uber has huge incentive to use the Wall Street money to buy autonomous vehicles to replace their currently driven human fleet. And the predicting deployment is also important. Autonomous driving has been approved in agricultural land and mining operations. Understanding obstacle-based segments will make it easier to predict the deployment of autonomous vehicles. Agriculture, as I told you, agricultural and mining fields were already approved, are already approved. We can expect hub-to-hub long-haul trucking to be approved next. More level 4 autonomous in the restricted neighborhoods after that. And full 5 level autonomy, that's the highest level, in the congested city streets at the last. So it's going to happen slowly, but it's happening. And as a result of automation, there is requirement for there is requirement for retraining, and there are a lot of job losses. We noted that the author noted that there are more than 3.4 million retail cashiers at the risk of losing their jobs due to self-checkout kiosk, which you already see in many places, including McDonald's. And especially as during the pandemic period, they used to become more as people want to stay away from others. Add another 8.7 million people employed in the trucking industry and 750,000 ride-sharing drivers, you end up with almost 13 million jobs at risk of being replaced by automation just in 2 industries, retail cashiers and professional drivers. That represents 7.7% of the nation's workforce. When considering automation, you shall ask the following questions. If the job losses will result in lower break-even points, allowing for an expansion strategy, or to displace jobs permanently, and as far as possible, look for opportunities to lower your cost basis and expand your footprint within your marketplace. And one of the things you should note is that the countries that adopted technology quickly has the lowest level of unemployment. So it's not like people are going to they will be shifted to other jobs or get retrained for other jobs. The countries that adopted technology quickly have also generated, generally speaking, has the lowest level of unemployment. Japan, South Korea, Germany, and United States all are examples that technology and employments are positively related. Now, we may think, what is the future of the work? As an economy, we are trending towards higher and higher levels of service. Businesses of the future will cater to evolved human needs and simultaneously do most of the customer's work because of automation. Another way of looking at it is from the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We already have businesses catering to 4th self-esteem level and 5th self-actualization level. As a manager, you should ask how to increase automation in your business, how to help customers increase automation in their business, how to better leverage capabilities you're already paid for, who on your team can handle data analytics, what are the repetitive tasks in your organization and what needs to be automated first, how is the transportation evolution, especially this high-level automation and things happening, affect your business, and what skills and personality do you need for your team. So basically, these trends actually is going to decide how the businesses will turn out in the future. So it's better to know, and again, some of these things are just futuristic and has not happened, may not even happen, but it is always better to visualize the future and get prepared for the changes in the future. We'll meet you with another video on pandemic trends soon. Thank you very much.